feeling bullied by your bank?
You know there's a fee. That loan application looks complicated.
Any help?
Not really a math guy. I hope you enjoyed our new hold music. Last question, what high school did you go to?
Lincoln South?
Dude, we totally crushed you guys.
At Wintrust, we take a different approach. Whether it's banking solutions, a new home, or financial planning, our local experts are ready to help. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
What are you?
Isn't that putting the cart before the horse?
Yep.
You're not supposed to do that.
Nowadays, you have to, especially in the housing market, where you need to get a mortgage before you find the house. That's why with the Get Committed program from Compass Mortgage, you'll have a fully underwritten loan commitment that stands out even amongst cash offers. Not to mention, once you find the perfect home, you could close in as little as 15 days. Hey, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
You're pretty big on horse metaphors, huh?
Nay.
Good evening, everybody. Kyle Smith alongside Kalia Butler. Kalia 14-7 in favor of Fenwick. And outside of that pick that Jamin Williams threw, he was excellent in that first half.
Yeah, he had a lot of momentum going into it. And again, there's always sort of a drive when you're coming off a loss. Even talking to some of the players before the game, they really wanted to come out here and show Montini who they are. Both the teams are 2-1, so trying to get back into that win bracket. But yeah, going out there and giving it his all and finding his pockets and getting it out quick.
Have you talked to both Montini and Fenwick's coaching staff? What did they feel like, how that first half went?
First half offensively for Fenwick, the O-line coach has been talking a lot to his specific group and just really trying to drive that they need to get low and dig. They said they want he said he wants the quarterback to have seconds to throw, and you can see that's been beneficial in this game thus far. On the Montini side, there hasn't been as much chatter, a little bit of a quieter sideline, but overall telling their quarterbacks they need to get it out quicker and defensively needing to push it a little bit harder.
Are we going to see the kicking game at all for Montini? It looks like one of those games where it could be 14-14, 21 all, entering overtime or entering the end of the fourth quarter, where the kicking game could be beneficial.
This could be time for them to do it. I mean, there's still a lot of game left, so maybe crunch time, they need to get into the kicking game. However, Montini is also a team that can come back and respond, so they might not resort to it just yet.
Kalia, thank you so much. Look forward to talking to you midway through the third quarter.
Thank you.
That's Kalia Butler as Gary Zahara joins our booth. You know, Parter, it takes so many people to put on this broadcast. It's not easy being down at the sideline, talking to the players after they've thrown a pick, after things haven't gone their way. Kalia's doing a great job for us.
Yeah, Kalia is on fire. She always does a great job. She was with us at Bartlett. Now she's back with us here tonight at Triton College. Interesting, as I was talking to some of the guys here up in the press box, Mike Bukowski, involved with the Montini program for 35 years, 8 of them as the head coach. Interesting stat here, he was the DC defensive coordinator, all 6 titles that Montini has put the hardware at that school. And football, wrestling, and softball, 16 to 18 championship rings. So the guy certainly is a championship coach. He's got a championship pedigree. And he's certainly going to put things together to get this Montini team back on track, because Fenwick certainly answered the bell late in that first half offensively and defensively.
Should Bukowski give Abrams the majority of the snaps in the second half? This offense seemed to be clicking a little bit more with Abrams taking the snaps over Gaetano Carbonera.
Well, again, he's working a 2-quarterback set, RPO, based on what the defense gives him. And when I talked to him this week, this offense is still trying to find its identity.
We're going to give you first half stats in a second. That's brought to you by Stat Crew. We do have the second quarter stats for you. 14-7. Really, it kind of feels like a 14-0 game. The bad throw by Williams over the head. It was picked off by Mark Bell the other way, and they got the ball at the 1-yard line. But other than that, the big throw by Abrams, which was behind the wide receiver, there hasn't been many big plays on Montini. There's been more big plays from Fenwick. The big throw over the middle to Raphael Stewart, then the throw in the end zone to make it 14-7. It seems like this Fenwick offense is clicking a little bit more with the big plays, the chunk plays, than Montini's offense.
When this game started, I gave the nod to Montini's front four. They were handling Fenwick up front, not letting them run the ball because, Matt Battaglia wants to run that ball, a power runner. But I like the way Fenwick answered the call. After that loss to Joliet Catholic by 1 point, he said he had a bad taste in our mouth, but we don't take any moral victories. And he certainly was fired up in that first half. Some calls didn't go his way. Again, Nate Marshall has not made his presence felt yet.
He hasn't, but Jack Paris has definitely stepped up to the table in his absence, so to speak. When you're double teamed, you have those kind of games. Bears fans were always wondering, where's Khalil Mack? Why isn't he on the stat sheet? Well, he's double teamed on every play, and sometimes when a D lineman does so well, you force holdings. We haven't seen that either tonight, where Nate Marshall getting off that swim move, forcing a hold from the left tackle. Why is that?
I just think that Montini's got a good game plan where you're going to chip him with the tight end either, or in the running back coming out, and doing that RPO set where you get to make him hold his spot before he makes a move, because if he rushes upfield, then he's out of the play, and Montini's going to get a good chunk of yards.
Here were the second quarter stats, brought to you by Stat Crew and the wonderful people that work for us here at SBS. Williams was fabulous in that second quarter. He was 10 of 12 for 104 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 3 receptions for Romeus for 25, and the touchdown, TJ Smith 3 for 13. The passing game, very good for Israel Abrams. 2 of 3 for 62 yards, including a long of 56 deep in his own territory down the field. Not so much for Gaetano Carbonera. 0 of 3, no passing yards. I mean, if you want to stay in the lineup, you got to find a way to complete the ball to your receivers. Rushing the ball, Israel Abrams. 7 rushes for 18 yards, 2 rushes for Carbonera. So he's pretty good running the ball, but Carbonera's got to be a little bit more accurate if Montini's going to win tonight with that 2-quarterback system.
Offensive coordinator Vince Natale's going to have to put something together and try to get the ball to Santonio Florio. He's the leader right there. Maybe some quick hits, cross patterns. Again, get this defense moving east and west instead of north and south.
We're going to take a break. Second half coming up next. Fenwick 14, Montini 7 here on SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone. All right, so to go to break, you mute the.
Sure, my family loves me. They bought me this sweet new collar. My dog bowl is always full of Fido's finest. Heck, they even take care of the personal stuff on my walk. Come on, who does that? But what really sealed the deal for me was when they installed a security system from Forest Security. Hey, I'm no watchdog, Forest Security offers the latest in technology and security for our home. Yeah, I'm pretty good at keeping an eye on things, but I also have stuff to do, like sleep and socialize. A smart security system can provide around-the-clock awareness and generate instant smartphone alerts. They let the family know if something is wrong or suspicious. They do all of the work for us, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You know what they say, you can't trust a dog to watch your house or your sandwich. Call Forest Security today.
Call us today at 708-452-2000 or visit forestsecurity.com.
I hate this.
14-7. If you love barn burners, if you love hard-nosed football, this is the game for you.
This is a playoff-type atmosphere, like I said in the beginning. Great night, summer, one last push, because in a couple days that temperatures will be in the mid to low 70s, possibly 60s, and we're going to have that fall football weather. It's great here, Friday Night Lights, to be with you, partner.
It sure is, man. And Jamin Williams, you keep that up, 10 of 12 for 104 yards. Montini's got no chance. Nice kick by Noah Sir, as is the case usually for him. And 1st and 10 at the 20. Will we see more Israel Abrams than Gaetano Carbonera in the second half for the Broncos?
I don't know. Head coach Mike Bukowski says he wants to do the 2 quarterback set, so we're going to see. But again, obviously, whatever quarterback's moving that ball down the field, he's going to stay on the field.
We've seen it, though. Remember when Florida won the national title? Chris Leak was still taking the snaps, even though Tim Tebow was the better player.
Timmy Tebow.
It can work, man.
Touchdown, Tebow.
1st and 10 at their own 20. 3 wide receiver set, 1 in the backfield. Handoff. As they get it to the edge, got a couple, and then a slew of Fenwick Friars were there to greet them.
And, I tell you what, the first series offensively, defensively for both teams in the second half is going to set the tone for what's going to be for the rest of the game.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 at their own 22. Clock continues to run.
Montini got a pretty good contingent across the way, but not as impressive as Glenbard North when we were at Bartlett.
Right, yeah. This time Abrams with it. And this is what Fenwick needs. There's going to be games as they continue on in this season. They win tonight. They're only 2 wins away from going to the postseason. Assuming they continue up this good play, they'll be in the postseason. There's going to be games in the playoffs where they're going to shut down Nate Marshall. Can Jack Paris, can Tommy Thies, can these guys step up to the plate and help you win games when Nate Marshall is kind of a non-factor?
Well, they need to. No question about it.
And Jack Paris has done it most of the night, as has Thies. 3rd and 3. They're probably going to go for it unless they lose yardage. Clean pocket. Spin move. Abrams able to get out of it. The fans want to hold. No flag yet. I think that was just a good quarterback sneak. I don't think there was a hold off the edge.
Sure was. Had him open for a second down the field, but he tucked that ball and he ran. Good choice by Abrams.
So hard to throw when you're rolling to the left and then you got to throw the ball downfield.
Fenwick fans were yelling for a flag. They didn't get it.
Because the fans are always right? Screen pass to the right.
Especially in the chat.
Said Tito Florio on the tackle. The refs are never right. The umps are never right. The fans, the armchair quarterbacks, the armchair head coaches are always right.
Great job by our cameraman today.
Yeah, Chris always does a nice job for us. It's never an easy job doing camera.
In high HD.
It's nice. It looks great.
It does.
2nd and 7. Abrams. Now, are they going to say illegal tackle?
No, could be a block.
We've seen
not
that.
Not a block, but probably a
block in the back or clipping.
Yeah.
You see clipping more at the high school level than college in the NFL.
Not the kind of offensive set that head coach Mike Bukowski wants. To come out to start the second half down by a touchdown.
And if he had lost yardage, Fenwick might have declined it, but because he gained yardage on the play, they're going to accept the penalty. And I've always wondered about that, partner. Sometimes in an NFL game, you accept the penalty and it becomes 3rd and 5. I mean, you decline the penalty because 3rd and 5. If you accepted it, it would have been 2nd and 24. And I'm surprised more teams don't accept penalties. I get the analytics of it. It's as a clean pocket for Abrams. Looks downfield, double coverage. Look at that pass.
That was a great throw. What a throw by Abrams. Right on the money. Again, another pass that should have been caught, but a hell of an effort. Wow.
Tough pass, man. It was double covered. It was put in the one spot.
And he put it right, exactly, put it right where he needed to put it.
Well, partner, there's not a lot in the playbook for 3rd and 24.
That was the shot to Santonio Florio. I tell you what, he comes up with that, makes that play. That's going for 6. We look back here. Look at that. I mean, just steps up. That was a great throw.
It was just the one spot his
good
wide
effort,
receiver
though.
could get it.
That was a good effort by Santonio. Can't fault him for that.
Here comes the pressure from Marshall on the bull rush, getting out of the pocket. And Abrams will have no choice but to just run with it. Well, he gives his punter some room to work with. What do you want to do if you're Fenwick here? Do you want to do the all-out block, or do you want to try to return one for yardage?
You know, JoJo James was here on the near side when he started rolling out. He hung around too much, made it easier for the defensive back to check the quarterback and also keep him in sight. Whereas if JoJo takes off, maybe Abrams could toss it to him for a long pass.
Maybe JoJo needs to read the linebackers and safeties a little bit more. When they cheat up on the quarterback spy, run, fly, and then your quarterback will find you.
Yes, sir.
4th and 16. Not the greatest kick in the world, but they do get it away from Montgomery.
Got a Bronco bounce.
So one thing they want to do, they do not want Miles Montgomery to beat them tonight.
Nope.
Man, is he fun to watch in the open field. He almost broke a second one against St. Ignatius.
And, you know, now we're going to see, you know, Montini certainly needs to answer the bell here defensively, because offensively they had a little bit of momentum. A couple of penalties hurt them. Had to kick the ball away. Now we're going to see that front four going to come up and can they get another turnover like they did in the first half?
The way that Montini's offense is struggling a little bit, if you're Fenwick, do you want to be a little conservative here, try to put 3 on the board and force Montini to score 2 scores to win?
Well, I think what head coach Matt Battaglia is going to do is he's going to run the ball, chew up some time, you know, control that offense, ball control offense.
1st and 10 at their own 24. Clean
and here
pocket
he is
for
going
Williams.
for a pass.
Goes for the shot downfield. Too much on it. I like the aggression there. See if the safeties bite on the double move. That time they saw it all the way.
Right. I don't know. I think you stay with your power and see if Montini is going to have that same strength they had in the first half.
Yeah. Well, J.C. Hayes, he's not all conference for nothing. So when you keep attacking him, eventually you're going to get bit.
And again, it's like the Bears defense sitting out there because the offense absolutely blows.
Williams out to the pocket. Do you watch that new show on FS1 called Breakfast Ball?
No, I don't know what it is with offensive coordinators in the Chicago Bears. I don't get it.
It was Danny Parkins got the gig on Breakfast Ball. Of course, he was the famous 670 The Score host, and he talked about, I've been around since 1986, and we've never had a good offense. 3rd and 9, fumbled. Now, did that ball hit the turf? I think it did. If your knee hits the turf, it's an automatic dead ball at the high school level.
And going back to the offensive coordinators, I am convinced that every successful offensive coordinator that came to Chicago, i.e. Mike Martz, Shane Waldron's, they turn into Ken Dolls when they come into Chicago. I don't know what it is.
Ron Turner had his struggles. John Shoup.
Ugh. Yeah.
We had that one year.
It's the ghost of Virginia, even though she's still alive. The ghost is killing us. So the McCaskies need to sell the team, just like Reinsdorf needs to sell the Sox.
3rd, 14.
Let's hear you in the chat, people.
They have only had one winning season since they fired Lovie Smith. Clean pocket for Williams. He's going to step into it. Good job. He lowered his body, head on a swivel, nice open field tackle.
Got some yards back, makes it more manageable here. You know they're not going to go for it. Every time you say they're going to go for it, no, you got to punt this ball away. But
well, when you're up 14-7, it's a little bit different when you're down 14-7.
Right, but you for some reason seem to think that 4th and what is it? Was it 5, maybe 4?
Well, I've been covering high school football for so long. We saw it a couple weeks ago, and it was in Shaw Local. Fenwick and St. Ignatius were tied 10-10 with under a minute to go. And Battaglia went for it on 4th and 8 at their own 38. Nice kick
punt
by Sir. Are you surprised that JoJo James didn't return that? He's really good in the open field.
He certainly had a lot of time to get that ball. Very surprised he let that ball go. I'm sure Mike Bukowski not happy with that play.
Look, I get it. When you have to catch the ball on the side, it's a harder catch. Velas Jones, listen to us.
Velvet Jones, yeah, forget now.
But it's a hard catch. You think you can make it. I was at the Bears game where Bobby Wade fumbled 3 punts.
Kyle, we have the hybrid kickoff rule. You can catch the ball, nobody's coming at you. You know what I mean?
That's a punt, though. People are coming at you on the punt.
Yeah, well,
but I think he should have caught it, though.
Right, exactly.
That's a guy, he's averaging over 10 yards a carry coming into tonight. A guy you want in open space. Meanwhile, Abrams, quick throw. Almost dropped. Hesitation, movement of beauty. Still on his feet. Past the first down marker. And man, did Montini need that.
Santonio Florio, that's the guy you got to go to. He's the man who can make plays. He made some people miss there. Excellent call coming out of the gate by the Montini Broncos.
Israel Abrams, one in the backfield. So they run one in motion. Rolling outside the pocket, Abrams is. Gets to the sideline before Paris can knock him out.
I like his control. I like him looking downfield, checking off, and then running with the ball. This is what's going to happen is this is going to loosen up the defense for Fenwick. Now they're going to come up the field. They're going to hold, and now you're going to get those one-on-one matchups possibly.
Do you try a deep shot here?
No.
2nd and 7 at their own 26. Only down 7. Gets to the edge. Makes a man miss to Santino Florio.
He's quick. Well, close to the first down. Is he moving the chains? Yes, first down.
There's a lot of experience on this team, Gary. 8 offensive starters that are coming back from last year. 11 returning defensive starters. This is when late in the game that experience comes into play.
I think offensive coordinator Vince Natale, he's going to go and then hit that Florio train as long as he can. Isaiah Mason with a good reception there as well. Spread the ball around, just keep rolling out, get those quick hitters and move down the field. I mean, it's only a 1-score game.
That's all it is. Still got to get in the end zone. What is it? Every time you get to the 20, it gets a lot tougher on your offense.
And now Montini running a hurry-up offense, which is going to tire out that defense.
Got to avoid hitting the head. Football has changed. Any kind of hit to the head on the quarterback is automatic 15 yards.
Sweet. Move those chains.
Yeah, and I say that because there were 3 guys around Abrams as he fell to the turf.
I forgot to ask the PA guy about the officials' names here. We apologize we didn't get them for it. I don't know these guys.
They've done an excellent job.
Yeah, these guys don't look like basketball guys. Some guys do football and basketball.
Out to the left. A little slow pass. And good tackle that time by Charlie Henricks. No huddle, it's working.
4, 5, 6-yard gains on these passes. That's all you need to do. It's ball control offense right now for Montini. Running that RPO with Abrams. And the line for Montini is doing exceptionally well.
2nd and 10 at the 46. 3 wide receiver set. Misdirection play. And close to midfield. Remember, the last pass was incomplete, so 3rd and 6.
Nate Marshall's been a non-factor tonight. Absolutely. So whatever Montini's game plan was, they're doubling, they're chipping him, running away from him, getting him upfield, and then dumping those passes down. Big 3rd down here for the Broncos.
This is when you want your pass rusher, your Division I pass rusher, to step up in a big way. 3rd and 6. Can he get pressure on Abrams? Clean pocket. He rolls out of it. Looks downfield. Wide open man is behind him. Flag on the play. Did he hit the wide receiver before? We're going to watch it on replay. I think he did.
Absolutely. Again, another underthrown ball. If that ball is 2-3 yards ahead, another untouched touchdown. We had that in the first half, and now we have it here.
So hard on defense. You're beat on the play. You got to get back to it. You got to turn your head around. If you turn your head around and swat at the ball, it's not pass interference. Let's see. Pass. Yeah, it looked like he did hit him before the ball was there. Ball's coming back. Okay, here we go. Pass interference. Remember, it's not a spot foul in high school. It's only 15 yards.
I wonder when if they're going to change that rule and put it at the spot like they do in the NFL.
You got to remember, these cornerbacks, they're still kids. They're going to get beat on plays more than Division I players and obviously NFL players.
Well, IHSA for basketball is going to a shot clock, so we're going to be doing that next year, 35-second shot clock.
That's going to be fun.
That's going to really put the onus on teams that want to hold the ball against teams that run. So we're going to see a lot of blowouts, I think, especially with teams that don't have a lot of offensive weapons.
1st and 10 at the Fenwick 35, 4:58 to go. One in motion. Here comes the reverse. This time Fenwick reads it. He's going to the other side, and that time finally tackled. That's the second time we've seen that, Gary, where the running back goes one way or the returner for Montini goes one way. Fenwick reads it, and he still has time to go to the other side of the field. Why has that happened twice for Montini tonight?
Well, he ran 20 yards to get 3. So it's just, you know, it's the pressure from Fenwick getting upfield.
Yeah.
Causing some disruption on that play.
I mean, that's how Mark Bell ran that interception all the way to the 1. He went right. Fenwick read it on the pursuit, and then he just switched gears and went to the left.
He turned almost a nothing play into something.
Abrams outside the pocket. They can't tackle him. He gets near the first down marker and got it. Not able to tackle him was Murphy. That's what you want in your athletic quarterback. When nothing's open, get outside the pocket, make something happen.
I like his patience. I like his poise so far. I mean, he is handling the offensive well. He's making good decisions with the football. And frustrating Fenwick's front four, especially Nate Marshall.
1st and 10 at the 21. One in motion. Pitch play to the right. Blockers in front. Thies got low. Still driving his legs for a couple of yards. You don't necessarily need to get 6 points here, partner, but you'd love to get it, as this offense has rarely been in the red zone tonight.
You need to get points here. This is an excellent drive of the Montini Broncos. Keeping that defense on the field, getting tired.
You'll take the 3, but you really want the 6. 2nd and 6 at the 17. Looking to get at least 3 yards on this play. Clean pocket. And breaking off a tackle, still on his feet. Took 4 Fenwick players to finally bring him down. Would have been nicer if Abrams had a little bit more zip on that ball. That ball took a while to get to his wide receiver.
Well, he got the yardage, almost got the first down, but again, slippery. You got to get that ball out quicker. They're playing way off of him, at least 7 yards off of him. Get that ball to him quick. Let him make a couple moves and maybe get in the end zone. Santonio Florio hard to bring down tonight in this game.
Abrams going to the sideline. His helmet comes off. He might be injured.
Well, we got a timeout.
Was the timeout called before he went to the sideline? Timeout Montini. We're going to take a break. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer 20% off food for athletes and coaches following home Fenwick games. For more information, go online to o'sullivansfp.com.
Third and 2 for Montini at the 13. Run up the middle, and it looks like they got it.
Oh, they gave it to him. Well, from up here, it looked like he was a yard short. Big call right there. Right up the middle in the heart of that Fenwick defense. Keeping the drive alive for the Montini Broncos.
So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Broncos near the 10. First and goal at the 10 for Montini. Little jet sweep action. Runs into his own blocker. Still on his feet. He's going to switch sides. Gets off a tackle. Could he take it to the distance? Inside the 5 for the 3rd time tonight. It's backyard football tonight, Gary Zahara.
Santonio Florio is a man who cannot be brought down. He refuses to go down. Probably, I've only done 2 games with you. The slipperiest guy I've ever seen in high school football. You've done it longer than I have, but I mean, this guy, you can't even bring him down. You're there, he makes one move, he's gone.
He went off his blocker, so it was a play that just did not do well from the line of scrimmage, and then just went to the other side.
Looks like we got a flag on the play. It could be an illegal block.
Well, when you have that much space, sometimes it's because of cheating. AKA an illegal block of the bag.
Okay, all right.
A winner never cheats and a cheater never wins, except for Bill Belichick.
Well, okay. And speaking of that, with their penalties, let's give recognition to the officiating crew. The back judge is Andrew Cobb. Your line judge, Marty Nagel. Linesman, Mike Salvatore. Your umpire is Nick Baffis. And your umpire, the white hat, is Rob Pickert.
Doing an excellent job.
Rob Pickert's name sounds familiar.
Well, we got a break in the action, so let's bring it to Kalia Bell.
Do we have to? Can we wait till after this play?
One more play. Okay.
Yeah.
2nd and 25. I don't think we're going to see a lot on 2nd and 25 at the 26. Not a lot in the playbook for this. Little screen pass to the right. Not much doing for Montini. Kalia, what do you got for us?
Well, fun little tidbit. I'm not sure if Montini brought it or not, but there was actually a rabbit's foot near the end zone towards the Montini side. I don't know if that was just here before, if Montini brought it with them as a good luck charm. That's the first I've ever seen it on a football field. A little bit disturbing to see at first, but you know, you never know. You need a little good luck where you can, especially right now for Montini trying to get back into rhythm. You can see the quarterback has been getting a little shaken up. They have 2 that they're kind of switching off between. And it's been sort of the same message in the huddle. Just get out there, get the ball out, and keep pushing.
Brought down on the play, but it looks like Nate Marshall might have got the helmet. There is a flag on the play. Gary, this would be a huge break for Montini if it's illegal hands to the face or face mask against Fenwick.
Well, and you alluded to it, right? The quarterback gets hit in the head, they throw the flag. So this is, again, that's 2 penalties for him. Number 1 defensive lineman in the state of Illinois, in the top 25 in the nation. He's not having a good game mentally.
He's just been a non-factor.
Exactly. And you know, it's normal. You're getting frustrated. You're getting double teamed. You're not getting, you're not making the plays that people expect you to make. You can't do it every day. You can't do it every game.
Right.
You need help.
You know, that Bears defense who played excellent against the Texans, guess how many tackles Montez Sweat had in that game?
None.
He had a goose egg.
Yeah.
Everybody else, they picked him up, and he was getting doubled on pretty much every play, and they picked up their star defensive end.
Because we didn't want to spend the money to get another defensive end. I don't know why. So
it's going to be.
That's the only error on Ryan Poles' resume is not getting another rusher this year.
It means besides the entire offensive line?
Yeah. How about that? And the offensive coordinator, too. We'll just keep talking about it. You keep leading me into it. I'm just going to keep ripping this guy.
If I keep leading you, you're going to finish, right?
Yeah, exactly. YouTube might be striking this broadcast.
2nd and 12. That's the 13. You can still get a first down if you want.
Can.
Good pass. Tackle was there at the 10. There's Tommy Thies again.
Nah, you got to take that out. You got to take that outside. You ran inside instead of taking it out and looping around and possibly getting the extra yardage. Quick pass out by Carbonaro. I got an update from the sideline from Montini. Abrams is a little sick right now. He's doing a little upchucking.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
3rd and 9 at the 10. Got to get at least 6 to consider going for it. Clean pocket for Carbonaro. He rolls to the right, flushed out of the pocket. Even if it was completed, Gary, it would have been a short gain and 4th down.
Get rid of it. That's fine. And you know what? I don't go for it here. Let's get the 3 points on the board. Take it into the 4th quarter. You're down by 4. Now we're going to battle.
Any chance it's a fake and they try to get the touchdown?
No. If it's a fake, I'm taking my headset off and leaving.
I remember that.
We'll let Kalia to finish the game.
I remember that Michigan-Notre Dame game where Michigan was down 3 and they ran the fake field goal and then they threw the touchdown pass to beat Notre Dame. I think it was like a Saturday night game back in 2011.
Okay, was Jim Harbaugh involved in that?
No, who was coach? I think Richard Rodriguez was coaching that. Good snap, the hold is there. The kick, straight through the uprights.
There you go. See?
It was a beautiful hold, nice snap. It's a 3-pronged way of doing it. You got to have the snap, you got to have the hold, you got to have the kick.
You didn't get the 6 points, but that drive right there, you needed that kind of drive to get confidence for this offense. Give that defense a rest so they can come back out and hit Fenwick in the mouth. And now we're going to see what happens. It's 14-10, end of the 3rd quarter. It's anybody's ball game.
We're going to take a break. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Is he going to come back or?
Are you looking for some good food after a Fenwick football game? Then head on over to O'Sullivan's Public House. Located on Madison Street in Forest Park, O'Sullivan's Public House has daily drink specials alongside a year-round beer garden. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. O'Sullivan's PH offers dinner until 10 p.m. Even cooler, O'Sullivan's offers a late-night menu until 11:30 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. On the weeknights, O'Sullivan's has a late-night menu until 11 p.m. And for the fall season, O'Sullivan's will offer...
Make sure you put your headphones on. Welcome back to the broadcast. Kyle Smith alongside Gary Zahara.
That's me.
Nice drive by the Broncos. Only down by 4 now. Fenwick has to answer. If they get 3, you force Montini to go length of the field. You score a touchdown, game might be over. That kick straight up in the air. And surprisingly, his teammate in Romeus went after it instead of Montgomery. What do you think about that one, Gary?
I guess he deferred to the guy with the better speed.
But Montgomery usually has better speed than Romeus.
Well, I mean, Romeus wanted to get in the stat book.
I guess so.
Excellent return. You're at the 31-yard line.
I guess he's on Gary Zahara's fantasy team.
That's right, fantasy high school team.
You know, but it didn't look like it was a set play because Montgomery was about to catch it. Romeus got in the way of his landing space. And they could have knocked into each other, and that would have been a fumble. Meanwhile, good gain by Romeus. The pass, the post route, it's a beauty. That's been working the last couple of weeks. It was that touchdown pass of Jorson. We saw it earlier in the game, too.
And that's the first time we've seen that tonight. T.J. Smith right there. That's that play right there with, again, play action and right up the middle past the linebacker. Perfect throw.
Jamin Williams a little bit high. It was to Smith. Got to be careful on those high throws. Gary did it earlier in the game. Mark Bell picked it off and took it all the way to the 1-yard line. That was a little bit high. When you throw it high, it can either be over the receiver's head or you can get killed as he gets hit by the safety or quarterback.
Nice play by Isaiah Mason on that play as they tried to go hurry up again and a quick pass, but Mason read that, brought him down. We got an injury on the play.
So we're going to take an injury timeout. You're watching SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Ever since I was a little kid, I've been interested in the ideas of justice and fairness and equality. That's why I became a lawyer. I have the opportunity to advance these ideals. Now more than ever in our world, it is important that we highlight these issues. It's important that we fight for these issues. And my clients know that Keating Law Offices will not just fight for them, but they will fight for these ideals.
Injury timeout, Gary. You hate to see it, but it is part of the game nonetheless.
TJ Smith injured on that tackle. Again, great play by Isaiah Mason. I don't know if he got the wind knocked out of him or he's moving around. He's got his helmet off. Could be a lower body. I'm trying to see the girth of all the IHSA officials are blocking our view right now. I mean, we talked about the game being a 21-18 game. It's 14-10. As you see, TJ Smith limping off the field. Could be a groin, could be maybe a knee. But that could be a big blow if he's out. That's one of the top three, those three starters, that wide receiver core.
Yeah, sure is, Gary. And he's a guy, we saw it last year. He made that big catch against St. Ignatius to win on the road. A St. Ignatius team that went to the quarterfinals in 8A last year. He's a big piece of the puzzle. And when he's not out there, it's up to Bjorson, who's been pretty quiet tonight. Romeus, who's had he's put up a couple of stats. And it's up to this quarterback and Jamin Williams. Maybe you run a couple more quarterback sneaks without TJ Smith out there to block for you and run routes for you.
But you might have to turn to that run game and ball control and take up some time on this clock.
Williams, clean pocket. Scant rolls to his right. Part of that might be on Stewart. Looked like a pretty good throw
that
by
ball should have
Williams.
been caught right there, yeah. Again, this is third or fourth ball tonight that should have been caught, and it wasn't. A nice throw by Jamin Williams. Like his poise, I really do. I like his decision making as well. He's not forcing the throws. He's not trying to put it in somewhere. I mean, that should have been caught.
It's a big play. I mean, it would have been third and manageable. Now 3rd and 10. Run play. Off the right tackle. Gets a lot of yards. Most likely going to go for it. Fenwick with all 3 timeouts. You don't necessarily have to go for it. You can draw them offside, either call a timeout or take the delay game. But it's pretty close to the first down marker. I would just flat out go for it.
You know, I'm wondering if you go up under center here and try to get him to jump off sides with a hard count. You know what I'm saying?
How tough is that to do, though, when you run the spread and all your formations are usually shotgun?
Yeah, of course, you got to work that because then if you're doing a hard count, your offensive line can jump and then you're basically
back to punting.
Up the creek.
4th and 2 at the opponent's 43. They indeed will go for it. Williams will take it himself. Williams dives for the first down, and he got it. Montini did what they could. They got low, but Williams refused to go down until he got that first.
You know, big-time players make big-time plays. Also, Coach Matt Battaglia not afraid to make that call.
I don't disagree with him. You're so close. Just pound the rock. See if you can continue to get first downs. Here's a handoff over to Morgan. And Morgan got to the 33.
And this is the offense that Matt Battaglia wants to run, the power offense, running the clock, chewing up the yards.
Remember, it's a Montini offense. They haven't really driven the ball well tonight. Even if you get 3 points, that's asking a lot out of Abrams of this offense to go to the length of the field. A screen pass over to Romeus.
Nice play defensively as they surrounded him right there, nowhere to go.
What's the old adage for Fenwick? They got to run what's called the 5-minute, 7-minute offense. Keep getting first downs, keep running that clock, forcing Montini to call timeouts.
Man, take your time. I think they're moving a little bit too quick right here. Let some time run off the clock.
3rd and 3, a little hard count from Williams, and he goes back and looks to Battaglia at the sideline.
It would be nice if we have a play clock out here to see.
3rd and 3. Flag might be on the defense. Great catch. My goodness, that was a fantastic catch.
There's your guy, Andrew Bajorsh.
Kalia Bell is back for a report for us in a minute. We'll wait for the flag, and then Bell will join us on the broadcast.
It's like stalking me.
That's what happens, man. When you keep hitting the gym, all the ladies come your way.
Yeah. Well, I put deodorant on at least tonight, so.
There you go. The baby steps, right?
There you go, yeah. I shave, too.
There you go.
Although I'm kind of disappointed when you do the pregame show, the camera's not on us. I don't know.
They can't see all your gym action.
Yeah, well, I would have put a shirt on. It's a little humid up here, so I've got the tank top on.
It's definitely pool weather.
I was sweating so bad against that Bartlett game. It was horrible.
Right, so it's encroachment on the defense. Kalia, what do you got for us? We got a heck of a game right now. It's 14-10 in favor of Fenwick, and the Friars are driving.
Yeah, well, I just had an update on Tristan Smith, who was out with a left calf, just sort of cramping. He's been cramping all night long. He's come by and grab some extra water, some extra Gatorade. His team keeps telling him, hey, we need you. This is playoff football, even though it's very early in the season. But people are coming up to him saying, we need you. This is playoff football. You got to stretch it out, and you got to get through this game. So he's down like 3 bottles of Gatorade right now, and you can see him running up and down the sideline right now. It was just a couple cramps. Happened on the field, happened a couple times on the sideline, but he should be good to go.
All right, thank you so much. That's good to see. It's not a major injury as Gary Zahara will rejoin the booth. Kalia, thank you so much. We'll see you at the end of the game, and we'll see how this game ends.
Yep.
Encroachment was indeed called on Montini.
I think we're the A team, aren't we? Me, you, Kalia, Chris, right? Got a good stats crew going.
Stewart was in motion. Handoff to Morgan.
Got to protect that ball. Montini defense going to go for that strip. They got to force a turnover here.
Whatever you do, try to avoid going out of bounds if you're Fenwick. Remember, Broncos only have 2 timeouts left, not 3.
It has cooled off considerably here, but still not a lot of breeze going through, so still a little humid. But tomorrow, I think one of the last 90-some degree days with humidity.
Handoff up the middle. No surprise there. You want to run clock. 3rd and long. Remember, Gary, if it's an incomplete pass, it stops the clock. So a little quick pass, even if you don't get the first, at least the clock keeps running.
Well, let's run a bubble screen like the Bears do all the time. And get blown up.
Well, I mean, you could run a bubble screen, but you got to have the personnel to execute it. It worked for the Saints because they had Darren Sproles.
The dumbest play in the playbook for the NFL is a bubble screen, especially for the Bears.
Nice pass up in the air, picked off.
Interception, big play.
And that's, Gary, that's one of the rules I don't like about high school football. The pick,
Vince
by the way.
Arian on that pick.
Was it?
Yep, one of the Arian brothers.
Oh, I thought it was 8 and Castaldo.
Nope, 11.
11 would be Iron. He had that big catch earlier, too. Let's see, up in the air. Yep, you're right, it was Iron.
Well, that's the play that Montini needed right there. But now you're going to have to move the ball. You got just under 8 minutes to go. Move this ball down the field. Need a touchdown, obviously, not a field goal. But if you get a field goal, you
got to score, I think, within 3 minutes to consider getting the field goal and not having to do the onside kick. Fumble.
No.
Or was his hand moving forward? Flag 2 on the play. A million things happening there. It's like watching a Pop Warner game.
I think they were running a screen there, and it got blown up, and now they threw the flag. Don't know if that's intentional grounding.
There was definitely an intended receiver. So here's the shotgun. You could make the argument that there was an intended receiver within 5 yards. You see, I don't like this because they missed the call earlier where Williams, remember he threw it to 55 as offensive lineman. They didn't call that one.
Stuff happens sometimes. Officials miss calls, but that's a big play right there for Montini. Lost it down as well.
I mean, you could argue it's intentional grounding. It's a little ticky-tack, though. Okay.
Got to make the call when it's there.
Right. I just got to be consistent. If it's for one team, it's got to be for the other team. 2nd and 19 at their own 5.
Hardest thing as an official is to be consistent sometimes.
Little misdirection play. How about that hesitation move? Off to the races. Down the sideline. Man, did the Broncos need that, and they got it in a big way.
Santonio Florio again.
It's a slow developing play, though, partner, so let's give credit to this offensive line. It takes a lot up front to...
Sorry, that was JoJo James. Huge play right there to get Montini out of that long situation.
Still got a long way to go, though. Time it's caught. Hit from behind, trying to knock the ball loose. It was caught by C.J. Harkins.
Hung on to the ball, took the big hit.
Good news if you're a Fenwick fan. The field goal, it kind of helps Montini, but not really. They're thinking 6.
Well, the way they're moving the ball down the field, they could get 6. Can have single coverage here on the far side.
Takes the handoff. Here comes Abrams. Abrams goes into contact near the 45.
Good cut back there. It looked like he was going to go outside, but he took it inside, got himself 5 yards.
Remember, Fenwick has all 3 timeouts left. If you're Battaglia, do you consider calling a timeout soon to give your defense a much-needed rest?
No, I still think you got to make Montini beat you here.
Clock not a factor yet, because remember, clock stops on a first.
So looks like Montini's going to call a timeout. Oh, official's timeout.
Official timeout, okay. Partner, for young fans that are watching the game that don't know what an official's timeout is, what is an official's timeout?
Just a timeout to check something, stop the clock if they had to talk about something where the ball's at, maybe a problem with the chain gang, and then they'll wind the clock when they're done.
Here we go, clock restarts. 1st and 10 at the opponent's 45. Montini driving, Abrams. Quick pass out to Harkins, and he's absolutely drilled. What a hit by Charlie Heinrichs. That's the art
a
of tackling,
big-time
Gary.
tackle right there by Charlie Heinrichs. Put his hat right on him. Perfect textbook tackle. Took him down. Loss of yards.
That's a Chicago way of saying it. Loss of yards. I shop at the Jewels.
The Jewels.
2nd and 13.
Or the Dominic's.
Yeah, the Dominic's eye. Oh, screen pass to the right. Don't really like that play call, partner.
Yeah, I don't either. It's Fenwick's pursuit on the defensive side there, defensively in the secondary are taking it to him right now. I think you go up the field here. You've got to challenge this defense north and south.
You're looking for at least 10 yards here if you can get it. Probably 4 down territory because a lot of clock has gotten off that Jumbotron. He's got time, does Abrams. Flushed out of the pocket. Abrams trying to make something happen. There is a receiver in the area, so no intentional grounding.
Got to get rid of it. Good pressure, although, Nate Marshall's been held in check tonight. He was there causing that problem. Abrams limping off the field a little bit. I think he still held onto the ball a little bit too longer. Sometimes you got to turn around. These refusers got to turn around and come back to the ball, whether it be a 4 or 5 yard gain. You've got to come back and help your quarterback. Don't leave him out there hanging, because what's going to happen is he'll throw it away, intentional grounding, interception, possibly an injury. And I like this. Don't go for it. This is not 4 down territory. Pin him deep and put it on your defense.
4th and 14. You could have thought about going for it, but I don't mind punting here. Montgomery with the fair catch. Only 2 timeouts left. Whatever you do if you're Fenwick, avoid going out of bounds unless it's a first down.
That and let the clock run. You're getting up to the line. You're doing don't need to hurry up offense. You've got the lead. So take your time getting to the line.
Right.
Again, and this is a college football field. I'm surprised we don't have the play clocks here.
Well, maybe you should start a GoFundMe and maybe we'll get it.
I don't know, SBS. So SBS, the play clock brought to you by SBS.
Maybe you'd worn a suit and tie instead of this Under Armour stuff. Maybe we would have had the play clock
it could have been sponsored by Behind the Mic on Z-Force Media, right?
Right.
Give me some love, will you?
1st and 10. You do a great job on Z-Force, by the way.
Thanks, bud.
1st and 10, screen pass. Morgan's close to the first. Second down.
Interesting call, but, Matt Battaglia is not going to back down here. And, hurry up offense again. They are not letting this clock run. I'm
shocked. I'm also a little bit surprised.
Well, they are now, but I'm just saying it's, get it down to 5 and then snap the ball.
Are you surprised that Bukowski didn't call a timeout there?
No, I think if they get a gain here, you're going to have to. Or if you get a stop right here.
Don't go out of bounds. Well, it's a first down, but it's so hard to do. I remember that Super Bowl where the Patriots let that running back for the Giants score, and he was trying not to score. Ahmad Bradshaw, remember he did the butt touchdown?
Right, yeah. Yep.
It's so hard to do for a running back. Like, I don't want to go out of bounds. I want the clock to run. What do I do, a quarterback slide to stay in bounds? I've seen that a couple of times. Todd Gurley did that once.
Todd Gurley was a hell of a runner.
Out to the right. Help comes on defense.
Okay, now you call a timeout, I think.
There was a play where
interesting.
Where the Rams beat the Packers and the Packers let him go to score the touchdown, and Gurley did a quarterback slide at the 1-yard line, and people went on Twitter and berated him for their fantasy team. All in good fun, right? 2nd and 7. Montini either needs a turnover or they need Fenwick to get some incomplete passes.
Fantasy football, the hobby for the non-athlete.
Morgan, still developing play.
Okay.
Good pursuit by Montini.
Interesting. I'm interested. He not calling a timeout here.
Montini has not called a timeout on this drive, right?
So it's the big third down here. Obviously, you're going to hold him. Fenwick's going to punt the ball away, but you get the ball back, and now you're going to put it on Montini's offense.
Well, 3rd and 6. It's still manageable. I'd like to see Jamin Williams get outside the pocket and make something happen.
This is the ball game right here if they get the first down.
Montini's played a good game, but it's hard to win games when your offense only scores 10 points. Williams, quarterback keeper. He got the first and more. A backbreaker for Montini and an excellent play for the young and talented quarterback.
Again, that's what the quarterback does. He's the leader, right? He has shown poise and patience all night and come up with the big play when they needed it. Another big-time call there.
Remember, you can take a knee. You don't have to run the ball like when the Giants did that at the Miracle at the Meadowlands. Instead of taking the knee handoff and then, what was his, what was the guy that had the fumble recovery? He was a head coach for the Chiefs. Handoff up the middle. Morgan again.
Herm Edwards.
Herm Edwards, yeah.
The butt fumble.
Oh, that was Mark Sanchez.
Well, it was also wasn't it the I'm sorry, the stomach fumble when he turned.
Didn't they fumble the handoff?
Yeah, he turned and
Edwards
handed it off. Yeah. Herm Edwards, his claim to fame. And hello, you played to win the game. That's about it for Herm Edwards.
He had some okay years coaching the Chiefs.
Great time with you again tonight, partner.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me. Look to seeing you on the.
Well, maybe we'll have you for the playoffs. I know you got a big schedule coming up for college, but
yeah, in the playoffs, my fee goes up tenfold. So at least a Gatorade or something.
Is it the Tom Brady fee? Do I have to pay you $37.5 million?
LFG. You have to pay me an LFG, right? I haven't heard Brady. Has he done well?
Okay. I mean, it takes time.
Yeah, it does.
I don't care.
I hope I'm entertaining. I mean, I'm not Mr. Know-It-All. I'm just trying to, offer some type of perspective for people watching the game at home. We appreciate you watching us on the SBS Network.
You're better than that AT&T color analyst commercial where all he does is analyze colors. 3rd and 1. No, sorry, 2nd and 1 still. It says on the Jumbotron.
I smell sounds. And
first down, that should about do it.
That is.
Montini played a good game, partner, but it's asking so much of your defense when your offense only scores 10 points.
And again, when I talked this week to head coach Mike Bukowski, he says our offense is still in need of an identity, and it is. You still need an identity. I like the way they opened up the game in the first quarter, but then, again, Matt Battaglia and his staff made some adjustments, and they made the plays that counted to get them the lead as we are under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I haven't had a Whopper in a long time. I think I might get a little Whopper on the way
Maybe I'll
home.
join you if you
Okay.
want to. Yeah,
Okay.
want to wait after.
I mean, of course, I got to help you bring all the equipment down too, right? Yeah.
Handoff up the middle. You know, Morgan, he hasn't played a spectacular game, but he's done what the offense has needed from him.
No, but again, Jamin Williams, for me, I think is the player of the game. The way he handled it, the way he responded with this offense in the second half. And Montini calling a timeout now. I don't understand that.
Maybe, you tell your boys, you guys played hard. It's not our night. It's only a second loss. All we got to do is win at least 3 more games. We're in the postseason. Losses stink, but you know what? The old Belichick, we're on to Cincinnati type of thing.
I mean, 14 points is pretty good for a defense.
Yeah, it's just got to get more offensively.
Exactly. So.
And look, I'm sure Gaetano Carbonero is a great guy. I just haven't seen enough with him passing the ball to think that we should still run this 2-quarterback offense. And Bukowski knows more. He's in the practices more than I'm watching him. I just didn't see enough to think that maybe they should just consider Abrams taking the majority of the snaps going forward.
Or you open up the game with Santonio Florio right away.
Maybe
you just go to him. Yeah,
or
exactly.
Yeah.
No, you make the defensive backs try to cover him. You either get a penalty. But this game has definitely had playoff atmosphere. Love the atmosphere.
Good run that time by Morgan. Did he get the first? He's
sure
close.
Did.
He did.
Montini played okay today. I'm sure they played much better last week against Joliet Catholic. But you got to give the nod to Fenwick and the way they responded in the second half, especially Jamin Williams.
Fenwick played Joliet Catholic last week.
Fenwick played Joliet Catholic. The way they responded, again, bad taste in their mouth. Forget about that game. They came out and responded the way they should have responded.
They picked up their teammate. Wasn't the best game by Nate Marshall. The effort was certainly there. A couple of silly penalties he needs to work on. But, man, Thies and Paris and everybody else, Heinrichs, they picked up their teammate in a big way. Jamin Williams, he was very efficient tonight. And for Montini, it's hard to win games when you're only scoring 10 points. I think they were in the red zone only twice tonight.
16 points in 2 games, that's not going to cut it here for high school football. Again, Mike Bukowski and his staff got to get that offense back on track if they want to get back to the playoffs.
And I think they found a quarterback. It's not always perfect under Israel Abrams, but this offense seems to be clicking a little bit more when he's taking the
but
snaps.
I like the way he took that ball and got down there. Unfortunately, got a little sick. He threw up a little bit, and then all of a sudden the offense stalled. And here we are, and that's the end of the game.
Here are the, we'll give you the final stats in a minute. Here were the first half stats, if you're wondering. Israel Adams, he had 12 carries for 47 yards. He was 6 of 9. Jamin Williams, 14 of 20. He had that pick, 2 touchdown passes. Raphael Stewart, 3 for 36. Emmett Romeus, 3 for 25. Santonio Florio, we talked about his name all night. He had 4 receptions for 36 yards. Jeremiah Peterson with the reception for 56. Florio, for that first half, he only had 2 carries for 11 yards. So the Fenwick defense was fabulous in the first half. Pretty darn good in the second half. It was pretty much the Santonio Florio show, and just not enough from Abrams and this receiving core to put points on the scoreboard.
And again, nice way the defense picked up Nate Marshall. He wasn't as dominating as he should be. Obviously, the #1 defensive lineman in the state of Illinois, top 25 in the nation. But you got Paris coming in, making some big plays, and the whole defense rallied around and picked up the slack when they were double teaming Marshall and getting him off his game. So excellent rebound game from that tough loss last week against Joliet Catholic. Montini certainly has some work to do.
Galia, do you have a final report for us? Nope, so she'll be downstairs for the post-game show with our player of the game. Gary, you called. Who was our
Jamin Williams, yes, sir.
You want to go with Jamin?
Yep.
All right.
Who did you think?
I think Raphael Stewart. We've had
Do you
Jalen
want
Williams
both of them?
before.
Can you do both of them?
We could do it. We could do a
Okay,
three
why don't
shot.
you do a double? Yeah.
We'll do a double with
Yep.
Raphael Stewart and Jamin Williams.
You got it.
For our excellent crew, that does it. Post-game show coming up next. For our excellent crew, for Chris Angela, Gary Herrick, Leah Bell, Andrew Diedrich, and everybody else that worked for us, Arush Kathiri. We'll see you next time. And Ryan Dirks, of course. We'll see you next time on SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone.
My name is Megan Welch, and we are at Macushla Brewing Company. The name Macushla is a Gaelic term of endearment. It means my love or my darling. The literal meaning is my pulse, but my husband always says he named it after our daughter Grace. We wanted a name with meaning behind it, and so it meant something to us. We started the whole process probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. It was a passion of my husband's, kind of a dream of his. He was a trader and a home brewer for many years, so he was ready for a career change. The first beer they brewed was called Trickle Up, and it was just a basic lager. Currently, right now, I like the Luminator, the New England style. I like our sour. It's a strawberry Thai basil sour. That's my favorite. I think it's just a really small, inviting, warm environment with a lot of regulars. Everyone kind of seems to know one another. We have 5 bartenders, so it's kind of just a family environment. I mean, just working here, that was a goal of my husband's, for sure, from the very beginning, just to have it be a really happy place. It was his dream, and it's just a fun place to be. We built it from the ground up. You know, I'm proud of it. It was a lot of hard work. I knew nothing about running a business, nor did my husband. This is a whole new ballgame. If you're a craft beer drinker and into craft beer, we invite you to come by Macushla and check us out.
Welcome to the post game presented by Sports Broadcast Solutions. I'm Clea Butler, and next to me is Fenwick receiver Raphael Stewart. Now, Raphael, you had a big game today. You got interception and you scored. What'd you see on that?
I just seen pre-play, trust to help me catch his ball and just play.
What about the quarterback receiver sort of dynamic today? Kind of turned up in the second half, first half. It was a little bit slower, but you guys definitely came back and kind of took control of the game from there. How do you feel about that?
I just talk to my quarterback after every drive, see what he looks for, and I just get open.
You guys had that loss last time, but now you're back in the win bracket. What was the mentality going in today's game?
Just kill them all.
Thank you. That was our player of the game, Raphael Stewart. We'll be back after the break.